Coco Gauff's stunning hard-court Wuhan streak is overshadowed by unfortunate record. Coco Gauff finally snapped her winless streak since Roland Garros with a big win at a WTA 1000 event. Taking down fellow American Jessica Pegula in the Wuhan Open final, the 21-year-old walked away with her spot solidified in both the rankings and the race to the WTA finals. Fresh off a semi-final run in Beijing, this win adds another layer to her record as she hits a new milestone. Still, one stat continues to cast a shadow over her triumph. By beating Pegula 6-4, 7-5 to capture her third WTA 1000 title, Coco achieved a remarkable milestone as the first woman in the Open era to start her career 9-0 in hard-court finals. Her unbeaten streak on the surface echoes the dominance that tennis last witnessed from Serena Williams back in 2015. But even as she celebrates, another stat stands out. Coco Gauff has made an unusual mark in tennis history, becoming the first player in the Open era to record over 400 double faults in back-to-back seasons. After the Wuhan Open, she leads the 2025 WTA list with 405, far ahead of Ekaterina Alexandrova, 280, and Linda Noskova, 275. Marta Kostyuk, Alicia Parks, Amanda Anisimova, Yelena Ostapenko, and Diana Yastremska round out the top 8. That number still looms large after her latest win. Her double faults have been the storyline since the French Open. She racked up 23 in her Montreal opener against Danielle Collins back in July. Since then, early exits followed as she tried to iron out her serve. To fix it, she turned to biomechanics expert Gavin McMillan, the same coach who helped world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka transform her serve. The partnership seems to be paying off, and the title run in Wuhan proves it. For weeks, Coco Gauff had been unstoppable. The Wuhan Open, staged amid the shimmering lights of central China, became her playground, a fast hard court that seemed to dance beneath her sneakers. Each forehand was a blur of precision and power, each serve an arrow striking the bullseye. She stormed through the draw with the confidence of a champion who had long outgrown her teenage years. Yet, when the final applause faded, when the camera lights dimmed and the headlines rolled in, one phrase lingered above all others. Gauff's stunning streak overshadowed by an unfortunate record. The irony was almost poetic. In a tournament that showcased her evolution into a complete player, history had decided to script a bittersweet twist. The unbreakable streak. The Wuhan Open marked the 5th consecutive event on hard courts where Coco had reached at least the semifinals. Her movement, once raw and reactive, had turned into choreography, every split step measured, every chase an act of belief. The same courts that had once tested her nerves were now a stage for her brilliance. In Wuhan, she defeated seasoned players like Beatriz Haddad Maia and Caroline Garcia with a calmness that spoke volumes of her maturity. Her trademark defense, a blend of Serena's athleticism and Djokovic's elasticity, turned rallies into lessons in resilience. Opponents hit winners, and she ran them down. They painted lines, and she painted over them with returns of her own. Fans adored her not just for the wins, but for the way she carried herself, respectful, intense, humble yet hungry. It felt like a continuation of her US Open triumph 2 years prior, but with sharper edges and deeper conviction. Her semi-final victory over Aryna Sabalenka was particularly electric. Down a set, Coco turned the match around with an audacious mix of drop shots and fearless baseline aggression. "She's found a new gear," Sabalenka admitted later. "It's not just speed, it's belief." Gauff had carved out an 11-match hard-court winning streak, a record that screamed dominance. Yet, beneath the glory, a quieter record was forming, one that would sting when it surfaced. The shadow beneath the shine. The final in Wuhan was expected to be a coronation. Her opponent, Jessica Pegula, was both her doubles partner and close friend, a familiar face across the net. Their rivalry was gentle but intense, their respect mutual yet uncompromising. But from the first game, something was off. Coco's usually bulletproof serve betrayed her. Double faults crept in, and unforced errors multiplied like unwelcome guests. Her feet, so often the source of her magic, seemed heavy. Pegula, ever the strategist, capitalized. She pinned Coco to her backhand corner, forcing her to defend deep and run wide. Within 90 minutes, the streak was over. Pegula lifted the trophy, and Coco was left staring into the middle distance, the sting of defeat softening only under the weight of friendship. Yet, it wasn't just the loss that drew attention, it was the pattern behind it. For all her brilliance, Coco had now lost her last 4 WTA finals on hard courts. Each time, she had reached the summit only to watch the crown slip away. The statistic was jarring. How could one of the sport's most promising young champions thrive in every other round but falter at the final step? The headlines turned reflective. Gauff's brilliance meets a curious curse. Coco conquers everything but the finish line. 4 finals, 0 titles, what haunts Gauff's hard-court run? The unfortunate record, 4 straight losses in hard-court finals, overshadowed her incredible consistency. For a perfectionist like Coco, that sting cut deeper than the trophies she didn't lift. A lesson in shadows. But Coco Gauff has never been one to hide from failure. In the press conference afterward, she smiled through fatigue. "I'd rather be here, losing in finals, than sitting home watching them," she said. "If this is the price of being in the conversation, I'll pay it every week until I get it right." Her coach, Brad Gilbert, echoed the sentiment. "She's evolving. People forget she's only 21. These records, good or bad, are part of her story, not the end of it." Indeed, Coco's career has always been a tug-of-war between expectation and evolution. From the moment she beat Venus Williams as a 15-year-old at Wimbledon, the world wanted her to be the next big thing. Every match since then has been played under that shadow. The Wuhan streak, and the bittersweet record it carried, symbolized something larger, the tension between triumph and growth. Her unfortunate record was not failure, but friction, the spark that fuels champions to sharpen their edges. The poetry of persistence. As the tour moved on to Beijing, Coco returned to the practice courts almost immediately. Videos surfaced of her drilling serves, adjusting her toss, laughing between sessions. The loss didn't haunt her, it seemed to ignite her. The fans noticed too. "She'll break it soon," one comment read under a highlight reel. "Every curse ends with a champion moment." Tennis, after all, is a game of balance, between speed and control, power and precision, winning and learning. Coco Gauff embodies that balance. Her streaks and her stumbles tell the same story, of a young woman learning to command not just the ball, but herself.